So I've been working with the idea of creating a personal curriculum, which was so cool when I saw some videos talking about framing it that way, because I've been doing that for a long time, and actually having that label has given me kind of access to new ways to look at it that have suited me better. And I am going to share more of the things that I've learned in the process of creating my personal curriculum. But the thing that I kind of wanted to come on here and say right now is that I'm ADHD and autistic. I am working through CPTSD, and a big part of my experience has been understanding where PDA has been at work. So, like the demand avoidance aspect of things. And I wanted to let people know that procrastination is not a sign of laziness. It's what I'm finding is that it is actually my very finely tuned brain telling me that the conditions for me to engage with this activity or to invest time and effort and energy into a project is not where it needs to be at. So what I've been finding is that as I've been working with ChatGPT to kind of like fine tune my process of task initiation, I'm finding that I need to do some warm-ups when it comes to any activity that I start. But the warm-ups can't be something that feels unnecessary for the project. Like I can't just, for like my tarot cards, I'm learning how to like interpret them. And I've gone about that in my own very stubborn way. I didn't just like go and start learning them. I was like, I really didn't like the moral kind of overview of it. Like I didn't like that felt really icky to me. And so I was really resistant to just learning the meanings of the cards at the beginning. I was like, no, I'm going to figure out my own system. And there's been value in that, but it's also meant that like a year and a half later, after starting to learn tarot, I'm now finally kind of just like learning how to engage with the material in ways that make sense for me. And the more I am working with ChatGPT to kind of like pinpoint what is not correct for me about my process, the more access I get to this material. And a big part of that has been recognizing how much I love the like school supplies aspect of things. I love having a system of annotating, which I did not have before this, and I didn't know I didn't have that. Even though I have a graduate degree, I love school. There's a lot of things that I've been learning about myself since I've been unmasking, and a lot of that has meant learning disabilities, which is like continually surprising to me. But every time I accommodate something like that, every time I can pinpoint something like that and identify it and then accommodate it, it points to me always back to procrastination. And it was me procrastinating this project because I didn't have a way to access it. I didn't have a doorway in that allowed me to sustain motivation and use that motivation to create agency. And those are the two big words that came out of my session today with ChatGPT, where I was just kind of thinking out loud, recording my thoughts, sending the transcript to ChatGPT. They would send me information about like, okay, well, how about we like create warm-ups and stuff like this. And each kind of step of the way, I had to stick with it because I'm very like skittish about this, I noticed. But I kept sticking with it, and I kept telling ChatGPT what was wrong about what they proposed that time. And then we kept getting more and more specific. And the more I did that, the more I was like, oh, these are two parts of this that are really important to me. And often when I come to these realizations, they are what I used to call obvious. Like, I'm like, well, duh. Like the things that I end up saying or coming to the conclusion of, are like basic shit. But because I found it through the way I went through it, because I redefined these things in the ways that make sense for me, and it took a lot of work to get to a point where I could sit down today and get out the book that I wanted to read and have all my annotation system ready to go and feel excited about it. And every time I hit one of these like milestones, I'm so proud of myself, but I'm also so validating of the version of me who's been like, nope, I'm not going to do that project right now. Like, we know that that's not going to feel good for us because that's going to be kind of pointless busy work. And we don't want busy work. We want concentrated. We want to get deep into this stuff. And that is, that's where our excitement lies. So that's what I want to say.